My name is H.A. Goodwin, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. To support this YouTube channel, go to my Patreon link below. Click the subscribe button to this channel. We are growing. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. I want to thank everybody who has been, all the people who have been with me since like 5,000 subscribers. We're now at like over 86,000, almost 87,000. We're going to hit 100,000 soon. And it's because you and I both enjoy coverage, and we love Wikileaks. We love Julian Assange. We love exposing Democratic Party corruption, especially for what they did to Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein and people on the left. The Democrats are the most underhanded, duplicitous. I can go on forever about that, but subscribe to this channel. Something very interesting. Julian Assange just retweeted now. Senate Intel slips sentence into bill that could lead to spying on U.S. citizens. What happened to the Bill of Rights? The Bill of Rights protects you, it protects me, but when the Senate Intel slips, well, I'll read you the article. McClatchy, by the way, is a fantastic publication. Senate Intel slips a sentence into bill that could lead to spying on U.S. citizens. A Senate panel may be stealthily trying to give federal law enforcement a new tool to go after the anti-secrecy group WikiLeaks and its U.S. collaborators. And a one-sentence sense of Congress clause was tacked onto the end of a massive 11,700-word bill that was approved by the Senate Intelligence Committee and is likely to come before the full Senate later this month. The clause says that WikiLeaks, quote, resembles a non-state hostile intelligence service and that U.S. government should treat it as such. Well, then what happens to YouTube? What happens to writing in any publication about WikiLeaks? What happens to discussing the revelations from WikiLeaks? What happens to retweeting WikiLeaks on Twitter? Sharing information about WikiLeaks. So now, when the New York Times, because that's the interesting part of all of this, the New York Times and the Washington Post, the Guardian, every publication on the planet addresses WikiLeaks revelations. WikiLeaks talks about everything going on in terms of whistleblowing, the whistleblowers that are published in WikiLeaks. So if there's another Snowden revelation or another Chelsea Manning revelation or another WikiLeaks DNC and Podesta email revelation, then what? So the New York Times publishes information and then they're promoting a non-state hostile intelligence service. If you on Facebook share a New York Times article that talks about WikiLeaks, are you colluding with the New York Times and a hostile intelligence service? I don't think so. That's what's so bad about all of this. Even Kamala Harris, who's an establishment Democrat, is against this. But I'll read you. The intended target might not be Julian Assange. Federal law enforcement experts say is likely federal law enforcement is likely targeting anyone collaborating with this organization. And this language would help investigators secure the authorization needed to surveil those U.S. citizens thought to be associated with WikiLeaks. So that could be anybody. Anybody that is simply viewed to be associated with WikiLeaks. It's true. Dana Rohrabacher meeting Julian Assange. They could go after him. When Congress starts turning on itself, then you'll see the lawmakers say, gosh, you know what, maybe we've gone too far. If it's the American people, the heck with them. Give me your thoughts below. I will put this article here. I'm hoping that the language is taken out of this, especially since there's zero evidence of WikiLeaks, of anybody from Russia working with WikiLeaks. Zero evidence. There's no direct evidence of anything. James Clapper, President Obama have no idea. James Comey have no idea how WikiLeaks obtained its emails. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere. Subscribe to this channel.